Today, you are going to know about a case where a cop car was caught doing illegal things and it's gonna blow you off. In the US, about 38,508 people are arrested for drug dealing. And if see the charts, that is a lot in a single day. And that's just not it. The criminals sometimes are very smart and outclass the cops. So once a police officer was caught with cocaine in their back of the seat, now what we have to know about this is that patrol cars have so many people in them. So when drugs are found in the back of the seat, in most cases, it is the criminal that puts the drug at the back of the seat, and that it can be tough to prove where the drug came from. This situation can get the police officer in trouble. Sure, the officer conveniently testifies that the car was cleaned and searched every time someone exited the back seat. Even so, such testimony doesn't prove much to it. So the part where the problem lies in the fact that law enforcement does not conduct a full body search of a person when he or she gets arrested and placed into the back of a patrol car. So, if you're in the unfortunate position of being sent to the local jail, if any drugs are not found by the patrol officer, will certainly be recovered by the strict, thorough checking done by the jail authorities. Did you know by any chance that it is a crime to introduce contraband into a county facility? If you don't throw the drugs on you before you reach jail, bringing drugs that you had into jail will add more charges to an already bad day. So the question comes, what is the most common solution to this problem? It is simple. Simply place the baggie behind the cop's car and not one soul would notice, right? Easy enough, right? But you are wrong. Most criminals are handcuffed to their backs, making it impossible for them to make any sudden actions. But if you think of snatching away your opportunity without the cop noticing, that's the biggest foolishness you would ever think of. If it was normal citizens, then they would be given several tickets for such distracted driving, but for law enforcement it is not. They can do as they please. RCR versus state. If you're thinking of how an officer can identify the main culprit behind the hiding of the bag, you'll be surprised to know that this question was posed to the appellate court in RCR versus State 40 FLW D 1882 4th DCA 8/12/2015. Case in point, there was a juvenile thrashed into the back of the police car. After thrashing around a bit, he got out. Once the back seat was empty, the officer looked around a bit and noticed a baggie of cocaine hiding near the seat and the door. The trial court found RCR responsible for the baggie found, but he appealed, and here is what happened. First, the officer that arrested RCR searched him briefly before placing him in the back of the patrol car. The officer who arrested RCR searched him briefly. After dropping RCR off at the jail, the officer returned to the station to review the damage to the interior of the car. She noticed the bag of cocaine. The point to remember here is that the officer checked the vehicle at the beginning of her shift, and the bag wasn't there. Nor did the bag belong to the officer. Well, even if that was hers, would she ever admit to such? The RCR was in trouble once it was found that there were no other passengers in the back of the car for 5 days. The trials. At the time of trial, the defense attorney argued for dismissal because the circumstantial evidence was very less to an interpretation, since the appellant is innocent because someone else could have left the baggie in the vehicle and this reasonable hypothesis was not proved. Appellant also argued that because the baggie was not in normal view sight, the state does not get the benefit of the presumption that the appellant had knowledge of the cocaine in the vehicle to establish constructive possession. The above constructive possession means that if a person does not have actual physical possession of contraband, but knows of its presence on or about his premises and has the ability to exercise dominion and control over it. Only standing close to the contraband is not the only thing sufficient to get the substance. The verdict. Since there was no independent proof showing that the appellant did not have knowledge of the presence of the contraband, it was observed by the judge that the baggie was found between the end of the back seat and the door, which was only visible when the door was open. On top of that, as in Culver v. State, the state did not present any solid evidence. 990 SO 2D 1206 FLA 2D DCA 2008. Accordingly, constructive possession was not established and threw out the RCR's conviction. Alright guys, that's a wrap for this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel for more videos just like this. See you guys next time.